Hello, everybody.
Hiya.
Welcome. How's your day going? How are you? Your tattered lace day of tattered lace that we're having here at Highlight Crafts. It's fabulous, isn't it? Are you all enjoying it? What a brand. David, what a brand. I mean, it's been around a while.
It has.
So, and it's still going really strong. However, we've done a little bit as usual, like you do, and obviously times change. You can now get it digitally. Who knew?
I know, right? So, of course, everything that you know and love, everything that you've seen so far throughout the day today, whether it's dyes, whether it's SVGs, today we're going to be focusing all about Minecraft Studio, which is really exciting. A collaboration of two incredibly fabulous brands that you've seen in many different places, but today being showcased for traditional tattered lace.
It is. So where do you watch and how do you shop? Well, hopefully if you're actually there, you already know where to watch us. However, rather than watching us on your little phones and things like that, you can actually watch us on your smart TV, on YouTube, on the app. And I did this the other day and it was like, oh, I quite like that. And then you shop on your mobile device or on your tablet, maybe. However, you can watch us on YouTube, you can shop with us on Facebook and Instagram, and you can also shop with us on our website as well, which is really cool. Now, what we're going to give you throughout the hour is that I'll tell you to type in shop and then a code, okay? So the first one is download, shop, download, okay? Type that in the comments. You send that off like you do with sending a message. We'll then respond to that message with a little thank you very much for joining us and purchasing this. In there is a link. You click the link, takes you to your shopping basket, log in, check out. It's that easy, okay? And if you're on the website, it's even easier because while you're watching us, down here on this side of your screen are the elements. Just down there. Come this way, David, you might be in the way.
I'm just laughing because I love the teamwork that's going on here.
Yeah.
Sam's not feeling too well, so Amber's just come and popped a little cough sweet in her mouth.
Cough sweet, unwrapped it and everything. We're really quite, teamwork makes the dream work, apparently. So, so you click on the basket, add to basket item. Oh, yeah, I like all that. When you start adding to your basket, a little red shopping basket icon will appear in the corner of your screen. When you're ready to check out, you click that, log in, and check out. How cool is that? It is so
really
easy. So, right, this is super. We love this. You may have seen this already be launched, but this is in like a slightly different format now that we're bringing you.
That's the thing. Now, you may have already shopped ahead to get hold of your download today, which is great. You can sit back, relax, enjoy the show. And also do bear in mind as well, we have Craftmaster printables and substrates on the show. And when you put any one of those in your basket, you can also get a free gift of your tape when you add this in there as well. So do bear that in mind that when you're shopping around today, during today's show, there is plenty to look forward to. But of course, we are really dedicating a full hour today of that downloadable content.
We are, yes. Your free gift is actually worth $9.99, by the way. Just saying.
Absolutely.
This is fabulous. We love
this.
It
is, we do. So we're going to take you through, of course, the traditionally tattered lace download. This is your artwork download, of course, where you're going to get what you see as charisma, turned into individual files for scene building. It gives you textures. It gives you everything you need to create your cards, not only in a three-dimensional setting along with the dies, but this is where you get your backgrounds. It's where you get, of course, your charisma. You'll find in here complementary colorways, as well as loads of additional elements to build up a scene, whether you want it flush and flat or pronounced and dimensional on the surface. So quite literally, you get this collection in all genres, in all ways that it could ever be created at home today.
I love this.
Me too. So, of course, we're going to go straight in. We've got our reflections on here. Oh, there we go, landslide. We've got our reflections, starting off with, of course, the dies themselves. So, if you shopped ahead for your dies already today, you automatically will get the reflections within this download. But moving on to, of course, that wonderful detail. This is just scene building. So we take out all of the elements. They're almost deconstructed. So you've got the roses, the foliage. You've also got the lace borders, as well as that wonderful lace panel as well, which is just the most exquisite element to have within your collection. You get the whole lot, everything included, whether, of course, it's pre-built or actually deconstructed down. Again, for you to create wreaths, to create foliage decoupage, to create backgrounds, surface layers, the lot. whether you're going to go into rice papers, onto your favorite cardstocks, maybe you're going to go into printable acetates as well. We've got all that to look forward to during the show, but this is the point where you add it to your basket. And to get hold of the artwork today, for just the artwork of Minecraft Studio, it is sharp.
Artwork, $7.99.
Fabulous. Okay, $7.99.
$7.99 for all of that content.
Absolutely. And $7.99 is an incredible price because today, pop that into your basket. Of course, go for any additional items. We do have some cracking deals on USBs we're going to come to, but look at all of these colorways too. Really soft, muted down pastel color tones. Great for spring. It's a revitalizing, refreshing tone and palette to work with today. And again, you can be crafting with this quite literally at the same time as us today, because it's a download, so there's no postage, nothing else included other than your very own crafting. So that there starts you off with, of course, the download itself for the artwork at just £7.99.
And then obviously we've got the SVG for all you lovely SVGers out there. So we've got Shop SVG. Why wouldn't it be? This is your Tattered Lace SVG download, $17.99 for this one.
Absolutely. So again, when you start to see the detail that's built into these projects, whether you're going to be using that classical lace panel, you can cut it with your SVG files now, meaning of course this could be an 8x8, a 6x6, or even a 12x12. But most excitingly, it can become a stencil, which is what I love about this. You also have, of course, the floral cluster, which of course includes your decoupage. You're going to get the reflections for these as well. So all of the coloured artwork, charisma, whatever you like to call them, you're going to get that included within this download. You also have your lace border, your mats and layers, and all of your panels too.
You get it in 3 sizes.
Absolutely. So, of course, all different sizes. But again, you can size it to whatever you want it to be. So whether it comes as your small, original or large, or either of the sizes.
So for that one, it's Shop SVG. Now, how I would be shopping for this would be I'd have the bundle, because I know that they're going to work beautifully together. So on your Minecraft Studio, you've got your backgrounds and all that lovely paper and everything. Right. On the actual SVG files, that's where you're going to get all the versatility of cutting, resizing, etc. So both of them together, you're going to get a really good saving. So remember, $7.99 on its own and $17.99 on its own. However, both of them together today, shop download, you're going to get both of them for $22.99.
It's an incredible bargain. Of course, it means you can get all aspects of this, but then do remember as well, when you're shopping ahead for all of this, you're going to get your discounts as well. Think about that, okay? Great space to be in. And this, of course, is the launch. This is the dedicated hour to the brand new artwork from Tattered Lace, which you know and love, a brand that has been incredibly exquisite. Let's show you a little bit, of course, of what you can do with this and how you can actually mix it in with your dies or use it independently as well. I'm also going to grab you some bits I've been working on too.
So this, when I started working on this and doing the boards and everything for the dies, I absolutely fell in love with this. I started crafting with Tattered Lace years ago, a little bit while back. And this absolutely is going back to the roots of what Tattered Lace really is all about. So if I just show you some of these.
I mean, look at this one with all of this detail on here. I love the edges of it as well.
Absolutely gorgeous. Now, whether you're going to use it like this or whether you're going to use it in your journaling, because you can be doing journal pages. Now, I'm loving this because this really showcases the frame. Now, think about wedding albums, etc. You're going to be able to create beautiful frames like this to go around your pictures. So if you're making memory books and things like that, this is absolutely going to work with that. It's stunning because the frame is huge, okay? There's a lot of potential there for you. Doesn't have to be a square. It can also be a diamond as well, so turn it round. But remember, these are all nested, so your frame is nested shapes. And when you're working with your SVG files, you've got over 200 of those nested shapes.
Absolutely. I'm going to show you in a little while, of course, how you can take something from a backing paper into a card front, into a printable acetate surface, how you could then even make a mirror spray surface with this download. It is absolutely stunning and it's so, so beautiful. So make sure to get yours now and we'll show you all of this later on throughout the show so you can sit back, relax and enjoy it. Oh, okay, let's have a look at some stuff.
Oh, heck. Okay. Limited stock already. Aren't you? You are, you guys. I just love it because you shop ahead and it's like, okay, we've not got none of that left now because you've all been crafty and got ahead with the deals. So Frozen Kisses, Shop Kisses, of course, $19.99. You've got a £10 saving on this one. Now, let me just put the old eyes in so I can give you a little bit of a... It's the USB includes the perfect collection of artwork, festive crafty projects. But it doesn't have to be at Christmas, does it? You could actually just do this for winter projects as well.
Absolutely, indeed. Now, this USB, of course, is jam-packed with imagery, alphabets, you've got apertures. There's so many different things on here. I'll show you if we do have any left as well on the computer, because this is one of the widest variety, the biggest and most vast range of tattered lace imagery in cooperation with Minecraft Studio. Whether you want whimsical, classical, nostalgic, or contemporary, it's all inside this USB.
So you're going to get cute, festive characters, snow globes, and baubles with many other embellishments and scene building and decorations as well as all your backgrounds and all your textures. And this actually does include your Minecraft Studio as well. So it's a purpose-built graphics program. So if you haven't already got that, it's already on there. You just download it and start working with it. So remember, Shop Kisses, $19.99, an incredible £10 saving. We've got some of the samples behind us, but we'll do a little bit of a run through for that because we've got lots on the show.
Oh, okay. Now this is beautiful. Understated Elegance from Tattered Lace is one that is absolutely packed with notable sentiments, background textures, you've got imagery and icon sheets. It is a fabulous USB and of course again incorporated with Minecraft Studio and that brand Tattered Lace as well. Again, if we do have time, we're going to share this with you on the computer, but I would just shop ahead and get it now because that price
is phenomenal.
It's bonkers.
Shop Elegance, $9.99. You've got a £12 saving on this, which is just phenomenal. Now, the thing I love about the digital crafting and tattered lace doesn't go out of fashion, does it? If you look back in history, lace has been made decades and decades, so you know what's on here. You're going to be using it not only now, but in a lot of years to come. And this morning, our lovely Mel had those USBs on, and I'm stood in at the camera going, and she's going, these were all available at $79.99, and I'm stood there thinking, yeah, and I bought all 4 of them at $79.99, and you're all getting them a lot cheaper now. Shucks. So that's where you need to get on board. Get it now while we've got the deals. Don't miss out, whatever you do.
Absolutely.
So Shop Elegance on that one.
Okay, so should we have a look at some of our downloads as
Yes.
well? There's some incredible Tattered Lace downloads on here, okay? So we have got Deep Sea Darlings, which is one of the most ethereal, majestic Tattered Lace collections. And of course, if you got hold of it in the die form, you may have not realised that we did it in Minecraft Studio as well.
Let me lift you that up for you, darling.
So this is where you can create your very own underwater paradise with the sirens, all of those fabulous elements that you would recognise from an underwater world. And you can get it all in this download. It is beautiful. It
is absolutely gorgeous. I love this one. If you do love your mermaids, or you've got a youngster in your family that loves the mermaids because of a particular cartoon, I would absolutely go for this. Because, you know, you don't always see a lot of stuff that's underwater.
No, you don't.
It's not one of those things where you get lots of flowers and all of that kind of thing, but not something like this. And there's a shipwreck in here and all sorts. It is an incredible download. Now, when you start thinking underwater, obviously you're thinking about those glassy effects, etc. But we have got printables. So one of the things I would be putting in my basket along with this, it's Shop C. It's the whole download artwork for £15. I would absolutely be putting in my printable acetate with this one. So that one's Shop Acetate for $14.99 because doing all your backgrounds and things on this, the acetate is going to look incredible.
It is, and do you know what as well? If you're shopping for your acetate or your cardstock or your rice papers, you're automatically, of course, going to get this here for free. Pop your tape into your basket. You're going to get a free roll of tape with every single basket spend that has, of course, one of these Craftmaster substrates in it.
There's 3 rolls in there.
This is a wonderful show. I love this.
Shall
we have a look at some more?
Yes, so now we're going to go on to the front one here. So we're going to go Shop East. This is your Eastern Elements. Again, are you ready, everybody?
Go on.
£7.50, David.
It is an incredible value for money. This here was one that we
£7.50.
showcased. We had it in our festival. It gave you incredible backgrounds. It really transcended and trickled through from Secura Falls, which we launched earlier on in the year. And again, it allowed you to collaborate not only those two collections together, but ones previous that may have been of a similar theme. But again, all brand new artwork was designed and, of course, created for this download. And you could create box frames, rice papers, great depth with card, but also a great sense of interest as well.
And that's the thing I love about Minecraft Studio and the SVG files, etc. Working hand in hand together is the fact that it then cross-pollinates across any genre that you want to be doing, whether that be home decor, upcycling, recycling, and then also into your card making, gift giving, and of course, you can make and sell.
You can.
So imagine having beautiful elements like this on your table when you do a craft fair. These are really going to draw the eye because it is just gorgeous to look at. So then, excuse me, as David suggested, the first one, this is Secura Falls, and they go hand in hand. I think Secura Falls, excuse me, and Eastern Elements,
yes,
absolutely work together just beautifully. The artwork and everything that you've got on here, but it gives you different scene building, okay? Love this. So if you're going for one, I'd put the other one in. This one, £10. So it's shop full, £10 gets you that in your basket, but I would definitely go for both of that one.
Yeah, they work really well together, of course. Loads of imagery in there that's going to complement that designs, but not only that, great prices today. And if you're wanting to sit at home, not spend a lot, but get a lot from it, this is the great way to shop, of course, with your downloads today. Shall we have a little look?
So
okay,
we're going for a little, we're doing a do-si-do. There we go. So David's going to move round here. We're going to follow David round. Come with us. Oh,
hey,
are you sitting comfortably? I feel like we're doing a story.
Okay,
are you
that's not
sitting
very
comfortably,
good.
everybody?
There we go. Right, okay, just before we get into it as well, I just want to quickly share with you all. Tomorrow, we are launching this, okay? Just really quick, shameless plug there. We are launching the Cadence Club tomorrow. You don't want to miss 12 o'clock. It's going to be really exciting. But honestly, I'd left that in here. But I've just noticed it. And honestly, it's going to be fab. Okay, so let's have a little look, shall we, at our downloads. We're going to start with, of course, traditionally tattered lace. Now, going straight into our downloads, we have got all sorts, of course, whichever avenue you want to take this collection. I'm going to go straight into our scene building, though, to get us started, which, of course, has all of these wonderful elements. Now, you could build your own texture papers, your own backgrounds. So we're going to start off with a design that will allow us to take it through from a background to a card front itself. So let's go on this project together. So I'm going to start off with my texture. So let's get a texture from our collection. And I'm going to automatically just make it ever so slightly more neutral. Okay, so I can see the entire design. Let's go and change the hue so it's got a slight sepia tone, and I'm going to wash it down a little bit, just like this. Fade it back. Now, I tend to almost sometimes leave the archive sheet out on display. It gives me a bit of inspiration of what images I might want to use next. So I'm going to go straight in now with, of course, our scene building. And I'm going to start with, of course, the foliage. So I'm going to enlarge this. There we go. And I'm going to scale it down. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to create like a framed corner around here. So instead of bringing that out to resize it every time, and remember I'm using the shop artwork for this one. This here is your wonderful artwork, of course, from Minecraft Studio. I'm going to flip it horizontally and then rotate it round so it sort of corners just this edge here. Let's bring another one in just to actually pop that more so in the center. There we are, like this. Now I'm going to bring in some of our leaves as well. We've got the floral cluster leaves. So from the dies, it's been taken out and it has been chopped into this little element which allows us to place it really wherever we want to. So let's bring another one of those. And always treat this process a little bit like if you are laying out a card with your die cuts. Make it as familiar as possible with the way that you would naturally craft within your room, and that's where you'll get the best results, okay? What I'm going to do now is start to go into some of our florals, some of our different elements, start to bring these in. And we've got this wonderful little spiral here, but if I put it on there, it doesn't really show up, okay? Because I've gone with such a pale image on a pale background. I'm going to bring the brightness of that image right down, and you can see how it's much more striking now. Okay, so remember, you can tailor the designs, manipulate them to whichever way you want them to really stand out or be showcased. If we now send that to the back, and then send our background here to the back, it will now sit behind our floral, so it's where we want it to be. And because I've changed the colour and the contrast of that one, I'm going to then just fade it into this section here. So let's then take this right to the back again, duplicate another one, and then I'm just going to flip this one here around so they're not all the exact same facing direction. There we are. Maybe move that to the side. Send that there also to the back, and then our main image itself we will then send to the very back of the diamond. And look at that. We've got those bits just coming out from the edges. So let's bring in some more of our florals. Bring in another one of these wonderful pink, almost like a rosy peony, like a bud that's starting to open. Bring that down here, scale that one down a little bit. And then we've got these wonderful white florals. Do bear in mind as well, any of these, if you're thinking, well, I'd like to do something that's a different colour altogether, go into your rainbow slider and just change the colour. Maybe you want it to be a blue or a purple like this. You can always then take the saturation down if you want it to be a sophisticated colour. Look at that, so quick and easy. So let's go back into our white floral here. I'm just going to enlarge this one, pop this over here. There we go. And let's bring in, there's a larger one as well. This one here that's slightly flatter, okay? And then add this just to our corner like that, okay? So now we've created that complete corner to that paper, just like that. What I'm gonna do is then group over everything. So if you go into your layers here, you'll see all of those individual files placed out, including our background that's sat at the very bottom, which is number 1, because it's the first layer. If we drag our mouse over all of this, it will highlight everything, of course, other than the background and my index sheet, which I still have. So if we group it, the software now sees it as one file, okay? So it's reading it all as one image. You can still ungroup that and reverse the process. But then if we right-click to copy and then paste, we duplicate that, okay? So let's flip that vertically and also horizontally, scale it down. We can now put it in the top corner. So we're creating a paper from scratch. But now I'm looking at this paper, I'm thinking, actually, I'd really like it as a card, not necessarily just as a background. So what I'm going to do is go into my digital punches, and I'm going to use a basic shape. So let's use a square, and let's make it, for example, an 8x8 card. Okay, so you can tailor your projects to whatever you want to do. Go down to your measurements at the bottom down here. I'm going to select inches, okay, and I want my card to be 7.5 inches square, so I can make room for mats and layers. There we go. So I'm just going to keep the inner. Now I've got that perfect square tile. I can now bring back in my corner, scale that down, and bring in our second corner. I'm going to zoom in to make the image a little bit bigger so everyone can see a little clearer what we're doing. There we go, and scale this one down too. Now that we've got really all of our main elements here, we want to build up a bit more texture though in the background. So remember, from this download, you're getting all of the ability to do this exact project. Let's bring in our classical lace panel. I'm going to go back into our shapes and we're going to take into this our circle. So let's go over here and just crop out some of that lace. Okay, we've got a perfect circle there. And then let's take the edges, okay, let's fade them down with softer edges like this, and then make the image quite faint, okay, take the opacity right down. This can now come into the design, duplicate that one, bring that one down here, okay, bring our florals to the front, because we don't want that, of course, to be overlapping our petals. Bring those to the front, and already you can see how we've created some texture in the background. I'm actually going to fade this one down even further, just make it a little bit more faint. There we go, turn the opacity right down. And now I've got really a card base constructed, but it looks a bit obscure at the moment. I've got all these edges overhanging. So again, what we're going to do is, whilst we've selected layers, we're going to group over everything. Okay, it's highlighted everything on our mat, group it, and then we're going to bring back in our digital punch. Okay, have to bring it to the front for it to work, and then we're just going to crop all of those edges off. So now we've got the perfect card base, just like that. It's so easy how it all comes together, isn't it? So let's add maybe a border to the middle of this. So I'm going to take this off for now, and let's grab this fabulous vintage lace border. And we can see if we want to have it running across the card, maybe across the front, I'm going to have it probably around this sort of size. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the tile function. So let's use our tile to drag it across our card like this, then turn the tile function off. We can copy and paste it, so we've got two the exact same size, and rotate it round. Okay, so let's rotate it round exactly. And then what we're going to do is we are going to flip it. In fact, actually, what we're going to do is we're going to rotate this one round as well to mirror them. Look at this. Now we're creating a perfect border. Let's group them together. And then what I'm going to do is just grab that backing paper out one more time. So let's go into our texture here. There we are. And we're going to sit this in the middle. Okay, zoom in right out again so I can see exactly what I'm doing. We're going to make this a little bit smaller. Sit it on top of this lace border. Okay, right in the center. And I'm going to make it bright white. Okay, turn the brightness right up. Now we've got a banner that runs across the middle of our card. We've made it so easily though. So to finish this project off, what I'm going to do is I'm then just going to pop in with my text, write something on here. It could be, of course, anything at all. I'm just going to put in happy birthday. There we go. I don't know why whenever I spell on the computer when we're live, I always think I'm going to do it wrong.
Yeah, me too.
So I'm going to take this down and I'm just going to enlarge it. And then just to make it the same colour as those florals, let's go into our brushes, use the picker tool and then just select the red. And now it's made it a wonderful pink text. So we've done that really easily. The actual border in the background, we could maybe fade that down a little bit so it's not quite as stark. We could also go into our files or our effects, and make it a little bit of a boost of red. And then that's just going to make it more of a pinky hue. There we go. So you can see there what I've then done is with that design we have just made, I printed that out here. I've got it here with me, printed it out, and that there is how you can make a wonderful card front with, of course, these designs. I've got some complimentary cardstock here, just as my mats and lays, just to sit this on. But you can then see I went with just a blue to pick out these little sort of teal accents that we've got going on. But when we looked at this paper, and I designed it as a card, I then also thought, well, as a backing paper, it would look lovely. So I took it back to its original form and printed it as a paper. So I had the card, I had the paper, and then I thought, what about printable acetate? That would look great. So then I also printed it onto our printable acetate as well, almost as a window. And then I thought, bring in some cadence, and I mirror sprayed on the back of that acetate, which then gave us this wonderful mirrored print, which just looks absolutely beautiful. It dances in the light. You can see the imagery in there. You can also see myself and Sam. But that there was really showcasing how you can take one design, turn it into a card, turn it into a backing paper, but have fun with it.
Isn't that brilliant? I love that. Yes, it is gorgeous, Adele. Yes, it absolutely is. So now, can you see the versatility? It's not just card making, it's so much more. Now, just a quick reminder of what this is Shop Download. So, Shop Download, traditional tattered lace, SVGs and artwork download bundle, $22.99. Now, let me just go through again. So, this one here at the top, these are your SVG files, okay? So, within your SVG files, you're getting your classic lace panel, you're getting your floral cluster, along with your nested wooden sign, your ornate fundamental square and vintage lace. I'm sorry if the camera is shaking, just bear with us everybody. I'm going to have a giggle because I'm trying to hold it together. David's just fell off his chair. Are you all right?
The handle's got stuck, I think.
Are you sure? Do you need me to come and rescue you? We're going to... Oh, David!
It's going down now. Everybody, I'll see you in a few minutes.
Do you need my help?
I don't know what I need. I think I need a hoist.
I will come and rescue you if you need rescuing. Just tell me. Just wave at me and I'll come and help you. Bless him. Sorry, everybody. Poor old Sam couldn't hold it together there because she actually saw it all unfold. I was talking about this. That was funny. We do take the mickey out of you, don't we?
It's
Bless
fine.
you. So this is your SVG files. You are going to get all the printables that go with this as well. So whatever it would have been for the die, you get that printable along with it. So they're your SVGs. And remember, they don't have to stay like this. You can then change the sizes. Then you also get, in addition to that, you're going to get your Minecraft Studio elements. Now, these are your actual reflections, okay? You can see there's lots on a sheet of paper. However, one of the things I absolutely love about giving you the Minecraft Studio is if there are additional colorways, you get them already with the download for Minecraft Studio, okay? Maybe you've bought the dies And then this is then going to be an addition, because for me, if there's like 10 colourways, is it usually about £1 for an extra download of a colourway, Sam? I'm thinking it's £1. Maybe there's, you know, across the board of flowers and everything, there may be 15 different things to download. You spend £15, you might as well have bought this and had all of it, because they're your extra colourways, because you already get them, which is phenomenal. Then, in addition to that, I love that we give it you as a broken down pieces. So there's your classic panel that you've just seen David working with. This artwork is just beautiful. And when they say it's traditional tattered lace, it absolutely is. It works stunning together, even down to that little bit of a wispy frond that you get to work with. Imagine building your wreaths, etc., or bouquets. Imagine this being your artwork for your wedding stationery for your wedding this year, okay? Not only are you getting that, you're getting those wonderful wooden panels along with the 2 lace elements. So these are your 2 lace borders. But it doesn't stop there. You're also going to be getting your textured backgrounds in 8 different colourways. And again, these colours, we don't just go, oh, we'll have a blue, a pink and a green. We actually colour pick what you need to work with the florals. So if I just turn the florals back, you can see the colourways through this transition through to your textured papers. And it's not just any textured papers, it's lace textured paper. So that is everything you're getting for the download. Remember, shop download gets you the tattered lace, traditional tattered lace, SVG and artwork for $22.99, which is an absolute steal. Now, we're going to go to the printables because we've got all of this to work with. What do we put it on? I can hear you say. So we're going to stop on to Shop Pure.
Absolutely.
This one is your Craftmaster Pure Print 250 GSM, 75 sheets for $12.99.
Remember, when you pop this in your basket, you're also going to be getting a free pack of your 3 rolls of tape. Of course, if you're going for your 250, your 140, if you've gone for all of your printables today, you'll be receiving, of course, just 1 roll of this pack of tape per order within your basket. But if you're just going to put 1 in, of course, you're still going to get 1. So this here for you is your fabulous 250 GSM, 75 sheets of it. It's a heavyweight. It prints exquisitely and beautifully. It's incredibly smooth as well. I use it all the time for my card bases, my templates and backgrounds. You were using it for your card shapes earlier.
I was.
When you were using all the different dynamic shapes. It really is incredible. And we had so many people over the weekend actually coming to the stand just to go, can I have a feel of that card? I've seen you using it loads, but I would love to just be able to compare it to what I use day to day. And they walked away with a pack.
Yeah, they loved it.
It was one of those. Okay.
So this one is for your scan and cut, okay? So you can use this one on your scan and cut. Then we're going to move on, because obviously we've got the 250. You might want the 140. Now, this is Mel's favourite cardstock for printing on, for the scan and cut, for doing her decoupage and layers. It's brilliant. And also, it's one of my favourites to print on too. When you sometimes with 2 Red Robins, you get the reverse reflection.
Yes.
Print onto this, score along the line, and then you're actually putting 280 GSM through your machine. So this one is Shop 40. It's your Craftmaster, 100 sheets, $12.99.
$12.99 for that.
And
Brilliant.
again, both of these, absolutely scan and cut. Yep, all the way. Now we're going to go on to the premium pure print. Now, this is lovely, the pure print. I love working with this. But when you're thinking about the Rolls Royce of paper, that's this.
It's this one.
Absolutely it is. So this is Shop 50. This is your Craftmaster. This is your premium pure print. You're getting 50 sheets, $14.99. Now this one really loves the scan and cut mat that much that it doesn't come back off unless you soak it in water. But it works incredible for anything else with your dies or with your, please help, MCS. It works fabulously.
Yeah, it's all about printing.
It is. And people say, yeah, but I need a super printer. Absolutely not. The one several of them that we use in our creative space are only from their big supermarket. They're nothing special or fancy.
Absolutely.
It's this that makes the difference. It's the paper that you're printing on.
Absolutely.
So this is your
Yeah,
premium
of course.
pure print.
Maybe you're joining us today and you're just wanting to stock up as well. Great time to do it. Get it into your basket, of course, alongside some incredible downloads today. Or maybe go for a couple of them, tie yourself over that £35 mark for your free postage when you check out logged into your account. Shall we have a look at some 140 as well?
Yes, so this is, again, 140 Rolls Royce. This is our Craftmaster Premium Pure Print. This is Shop Premium, 75 sheets in this, 140 GSM. And again, so we're giving you both lots of the Pure, and then we're giving you both lots, so it depends on which weight you like to work with. And remember, any of our printables, put one in, you will get your £9.99 free gift, and it automatically goes in your basket, okay? So it's one per basket.
Okay, rice paper from Craftmaster, one of my favourite services, always will be, always has been, is of course this one. And again, printing onto it is easy. It's super easy to do. I've printed a few designs from traditionally tattered lace onto this one. I'm going to show you how I made these in just a few moments. But again, it allows you, of course, to take your crafting not only within your home, outside your home, through the washing machine, through the dishwasher, on all of your different surfaces, such as glassware, wooden items, fabric, terracotta, the lot, if you're using, of course, the adhesives from Cadence.
And I'm working with something tomorrow morning that's super special that works with this as well.
Ooh.
Watching the social media a bit later, we're going to do a little bit of a video.
That's a bit of a tease. Not quite sure what that's all about.
Just
But again, you're going to get 20 A4 sheets inside this pack for you. It's an incredible ultra smooth rice paper. It's ultra refined as well, which means of course you've got no lumps or bumps on it, giving you a really nice even crisp print. Ready to work with, of course. If you have a laser, you can use it with a laser, or of course your inkjet. It's super friendly with both of them, whichever you prefer to use. If you're using it on a laser, you most definitely just want to tack it to some cardstock with your stencil spray. Done loads of videos on that one, and we'll do plenty of videos of it, of course, in the coming club.
Yeah, so don't forget your Cadence Club.
Okay.
Oh, so Shop East, that one at the front. Shop East. So this is your Eastern Elements. This is your artwork download pack, £7.50. All right, that is just phenomenal. And I will actually say just also Shop Acetate, because that is also super busy. That's £14.99. So please, especially if you're going for the water, the Shop C, which is your Tattered Lace Deep Sea Darlings, that is a must to put into your basket. Right, David, where are we going?
Okay, so we'll go into creating that rice paper I did in just a few moments.
Okay.
But just before we do you want to have a quick little look at some of the detailing and some of those other downloads, just in case any of you were thinking, before I get it, I want to see it. Let's have a look, shall we? So, shall we start off with our Deep Sea Darlings? Do you want to have a look inside there? Just to quickly give you an overview, of course, of what you're getting on this one, okay? So, in Deep Sea Darlings, you go into your charisma, you've got stamps, backgrounds, everything. So, the backgrounds themselves are literally like pieces of artwork. Look at all of these. They are fabulous. Now, these would look incredible on rice papers. You have scenes pre-built, okay, pre-built. So all pre-installed imagery, scenes of those underwater settings, which you can make in your very, very own configuration. Look at this. It really is a fantasy world, because you'd never find a goldfish with a seahorse, but you know, it is, it works. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into here and find you some of our charisma as well. There's loads of them, of course, that will match up with the dies. We had a question as well, have we?
We have. Did you say Karen, Andrew? The lovely Carol. Carol is asking, what is the... Oh, sorry, Karen is asking, what is the adhesive to be able to stick rice paper to card?
Oh, great question. Okay, if you're wanting to stick your rice paper to card, if you're wanting it as a full coat coverage onto card, I would recommend from your Bond and Seal kit, I would go in and use your decoupage matte glue. That one works really well for your cardstock. It's got a very low water content. It won't saturate your card. Use just a very thin, fine layer and it will adhere to your cardstocks beautifully. Always go onto a light coloured card as well, because it will complement the rice paper. So that's the one I would use. If you're going on something like construction boards, same for that as well. Any porous surface will work really well. If you did want it to be a glossy card finish, though, just use the gloss version. Hope that answers that for you. So we have all of these images in here, from your shipwrecks to your sirens, your dolphins, your turtles, all of it, your lionfish, everything. There is hundreds. If I just scroll to the bottom of here, you can see as an example, you've got 187 images. So if you wanted to make a really quick scene, you could start off with like your seabed, your foundational elements. Maybe get 2 of these like this. You're going to flip it round, Horizontally, this one here, you might add a little bit of a drop shadow to it. So you're going to get them to stand out from one another. And you could sit this one here, then just behind it. So you send it to the back like that. And then you could start to bring in all of your individual elements. Now, I love this because there quite literally is tons to work with, okay? Remember, this here is your deep sea darlings. But look at this. Imagine that on rice paper. Isn't it exquisite? But then let's have a look into further details. We can have them quite literally swimming through, but also I love that this is almost like a silhouette in the style of the image, okay? So if I bring this one back here to the front, it then covers up and you can start to see the layers that have been created. You can have fun with it, create whatever scene that you want to do, whether it's a card front, whether of course it's going to be rice papers. You can see here I'm quite literally just building small elements into the scene, building it up in whichever way that we want to, sending some of these here to the back, building up the layers, and then of course I would finish it off when you've added all of your elements in with one of those wonderful scenes. So whether it's to the side, landscape or portrait, grab your scene, go to your order and just send it to the back, and of course you can create a fabulous scene instantly. I mean, bring him in, there we go, look at this. Isn't it great?
It's amazing what you can do with it.
It really is so easy. So what I'm going to do is select everything on my mat and delete that off. And that there is, of course, your deep sea darling. So what I'm going to do is have a look at another one. Which one would you like to look at now?
East.
Let's have a look at our Eastern elements. Okay, now in here you've got your digital stamps. So again, all of that fabulous artwork is then taken into our stamped formation. So you've got all of that inside here too. We've then, as well as our Eastern elements stamps, we have the reflections for the dies, but then the scene building. Again, my favorite part. So you can take your fabulous images and designs and build up a card, 2-dimensional, 3-dimensional, almost like your decoupage, but in a virtual space, which I think is really nice. Start to build in some layers into the scene. So let's set these into the background. Here we go, send them to the back. Our characters, we're just going to make sure that they're framed just here. But look at all of this that you've got. You could actually frame the entire scene with all of these layers. You've got loads of different images. The magnolia, I printed these onto rice papers, decoupaged them up, added loads of layers to them. Even the cherry blossom here, how it's starting to just trickle down and cascade across the top of the image. Let's bring a couple of these into this. There we go. Scale this one here down, just as it goes across the top. And then bring that up to that top corner. And let's just bring a background in. So from your Eastern elements, you also have your scenes as well. Wonderful scenes inside here. Use this one just to add to the back, and really quick projects are made so effortlessly with a download like this. There we are, look, A4 in size, send that to the back, and then you've got your entire scene.
That's stunning.
Just like that. It is that quick and easy. So that there is, of course, your Shop East for your Eastern elements. Shall I have a quick look as well at our Secure Falls?
Yes, please.
Okay, so Secure Falls inside here, and we've got again our backgrounds, wonderful gradients inside here, which is lovely. Think about your seascapes, think about your scenes, mixing this in with your deep sea darlings as well. But in Secure Falls, you've got all the images. So all complementary, of course, are the ones that we just looked at, but you've got them as card shapes. So build them up as blanks, start with it from scratch like this, and then build up whichever scene you want to add in. Let's bring this cherry blossom here and just flip it over horizontally so it's coming from the edge, just like that. And then we could build an entire frame around this. We could go into our backgrounds, these wonderful sunrise settings, but look at that one, this here with that wonderful warmth. You could just go in and you could take from, of course, your digital punches, a basic shape like a circle, bring that here into the design, just take that out, keep the inner, and then send this here to the back. So it's the same colour as the sun there, but then of course, send it to the back. With this one, add a little drop shadow to it, so it's got a bit of a blurred radius around it. There we go, like that. And then we could bring in the entire frame and capture that entire image together. Look at this, it is absolutely exquisite. That there is your Secure Falls. But shall we wind up by having a look at some traditional tattered lace?
Yes, please. Yes, absolutely. Okay. Are you going to do the rice paper one that you've got in front of you?
Absolutely. So make sure to get your rice paper in your basket for this one. And what I'm going to do is go back into our traditionally tattered lace. And I'm going to start with the scene building elements. Okay, so going into our floral cluster that we've got here, I'm going to enlarge it, okay? I'm going to initially make a wreath to begin with. I love doing this. It's really easy, and this is the perfect image to do it with because it's perfectly curved, okay? So I'm just going to copy and paste it, okay? Bring it down here. I'm just going to rotate it a couple of times as well. So just to get us started, we're going to flip it vertically and horizontally. There we are. And if we just group the two of these together, we can rotate it round by copying and pasting it, giving us a constant cycle. So let's bring it down and try and even it out. Again, paste another one, bring that round, and then another one as well, okay? So I'm going to rotate that just here. I'm then going to bring in my lace border, okay, with my digital punch yet again. Pop that just over the top of here and crop out some of that lace detail. Let's make it super faint though, okay? Knock it all the way back, and that's now going to sit in the middle of our wreath that we've just made, okay? So it's now sat to the back of our image. We're going to dip into a few more of the florals though. We've got one of our floral clusters here, the little teeny tiny, almost like a forget-me-not, okay? I'm going to copy and paste a couple of these and bring them round. Isn't it lovely how you can just build up your design so easily and quickly?
It's gorgeous.
And I think as well it allows you to have so much fun. I see yourself, Amanda, on Minecraft Studio doing so many different things every time you pick it up. I think that's what makes it so unique, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah, you find something. And you can't go wrong with it because it's just a click of a button.
Yes.
It's not like you wasted any paper or anything like that. If you don't like it, you press undo.
Absolutely, the undo button is brilliant. We love an undo button. I'd like one on my desk.
I'd like one when I eat.
Oh no, I enjoy my food.
No, I mean as in like undo the weight. I like to eat it. I'd like a minimising feature.
Don't think Minecraft Studio has one of those.
What, a minimising feature?
So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to use this plaque
Oh,
because these are
that's cute.
great with our dies. Let's add a little bit of a fuzz around it, okay? So we're going to go in with our blurred radius just to make it stand out a little bit. And then we could put any sentiment on here. So it could be a card, okay? This could be a card that we are actually creating. But what I'm going to do is go into my text and then just add on the top of here, let's say it's going to be a sign for our craft room, okay? So pop craft room on here. I'm just going to take the border down, make, of course, the text itself a little bit bigger, okay? And the colour of that text as well, I'd like to make the same colour. Let's see what it looks like with the dark pink, shall we? So with that one, there we go. And then just going to take the brightness of it down so it stands out a little more. So we've got our craft room sign right there. Now what I did was I grouped it all together like this. And then I actually took the object I wanted to cover. So if I just share with you here, I actually have this wooden door hanging sign. And I looked at it and took measurement and thought, right, how big is it? About 10.5 to 11 centimetres. So I then went back to Minecraft Studio. I looked at my digital punch here and looked at the sizes that we had with it. And if I just enlarged it, so it was 12 centimetres, brought it around my design, I knew I could scale this down to fit within the frame of that circle, just like that. I could then duplicate it so I've got a few. So if I'm making one for myself, maybe some friends as well, I know I can get a couple on a sheet. So let's put another one of them down there. And then, of course, I printed it onto my Craftmaster rice paper. So from that, I then sent it to my printer and printed it, of course, on our rice paper. So we have our design here right now. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to tear into this. I'm not going to cut it. I'm just going to tear through to separate the designs. And there's loads of different ways in which you can apply your rice paper. This is going to be one of the easiest and one of my favourite. I'm going to go straight onto our wooden door plaque like this. So all you're going to need for this is some glue. I'm going to use my matte glue for this one because I don't want it to be glossy. I need a paintbrush. I also need a sanding block. Okay, that's all we're going to need for this. So what I'm going to do first is go straight onto the surface of our wooden item with our glue. You can apply to rice paper straight away, but going onto here is just going to give it a little bit of ease of use, okay, especially if it's your first time working with rice papers. I've got a dark patch here. I don't mind. It will shine through the rice paper. I didn't want to paint it white because I quite liked the idea of the grooves of the wood shining through a little bit. So I've gone all over the top with that. I'm then going to work out where the centre is. So I've got, of course, my two little hangers either side. So let's just pop that on here. Smooth it down with our hands. We don't want any of our ink to bleed, so we're trying to work against that from happening because we've used our inkjet printer. Then I'm just going to go around the edge with my brush, okay, just adding that adhesive to seal that in on the edges, but also just dampen those down a little bit. That means we can then go in with our sanding block and start to just sand away. And then of course that means we can tear our rice paper. So I'm just going to spend a few moments just quickly sanding this back, which is again really, really easy to do. Anybody can have a go at this. And look at that, we create a wonderful little craft room sign. Or it could be, you know, my shed, it could be the children's bedroom, it could be a sign for anything. Or of course just a little bit of wonderful decorative detail. But it's so easy to do.
Question, thank you. We love having how interactive you are with us and getting your questions in. Do you have to have a laser printer for your rice paper? Absolutely not, because as David's just said, he actually printed this on the inkjet.
Yep.
So, yeah, just your normal standard on all of the printables we've got on here. We've actually done it all on the inkjet in our office. And it's not a posh printer at all, is it, David?
No, it's not. So with this one here, you can see I've printed it on my rice paper. I've got a bit of that wood showing through, but I really don't mind. I quite like seeing the texture.
Yes.
But if you wanted to make it pure, crisp white, just paint it first or gesso it, then you're good to go. But no, inkjet is absolutely fine. You're good to go on with it, and that there doesn't need sealing or anything, because of course I'm just going to display it inside my home on the front door. So there you go. Homeware's made easy, or of course cards made quickly with the very same download. Whether you're making your paper crafting cards like we did to start with here, or you're going to delve into, of course, your acetate and have fun with different backgrounds and textures, or of course you're going to go on with your wooden door signs, or maybe some glassware or ceramics. It is that easy.
It is gorgeous. And so,
Popped it in my coffee.
his brush, he's just put his brush in his coffee. He's fell off his chair and his brush is in his coffee. I know, right? So now we're going to show you a few of the finished samples, because obviously we've got the launch. We're having a day of Tattered Lace. It is Tattered Lace Day. And we've got some finished samples to show you. So I'm going to bring these in. Look at these. Look what you can be creating, okay? Aren't these just gorgeous? Maybe you are going to add a little bit of ink, etc. Or maybe you're going to use some of your Two Red Robin sentiments and add that in. Picking in your bows and also your little flatback pearls. Look at what you can be creating. Now on this one, sorry, you can see that we've used the lace in the background and it's all in layers. And then just made it a little bit shabby and curled the edges back, just a little bit of ink, but also turning that frame round to make it into a diamond. There is your little sign again. This one, a little bit different, but really super simple to make, because they're just score lines to fold it in. But look at those lace panels. Now imagine, so we've used both of them, top and bottom, and then at the side. Maybe you're going to be doing these as bookmarks, etc. They'd look gorgeous.
Absolutely.
Then a simple frame. Just really, really simple elements. I love that one.
I love how effective it can be, or of course how simplistic it can be. You can tailor it to whatever you want it to do. Of course, we're sharing with you here projects that are featured within not only the dies, but a bit of SVG cutting, and of course as well the Minecraft Studio features. And you can even see incorporating different brands in here too is so easily done.
There they are. And changing also the colours. So just because, you know, lace usually is white, put it in a different colour hue and it works beautifully. It is stunning, absolutely stunning. We love this. I hope you've all loved our lovely, or the start of what is quite a lot of our Tattered Lace Day. We've got lots happening.
We do.
So stay tuned with us. Now, this one, okay, so as soon as we tell you this, it really is fastest fingers first, because there is literally...
There's one left.
One left. Okay.
If you want to get your Frozen Kisses USB, you've got to get it now. There is the last one sat remaining in stock. Once it's gone, it is gone. That is all of the stock allocated to this show. But of course, this allows you to create beautiful finishes, incredible festive textures. But of course, save it for Christmas time, or you might want to start crafting with it already. Get it while it's at a great price, and also whilst we've got it, because there is literally one left. Someone may be watching this show back later on and get it. So you also... If it's sat within your basket now and you're one of those lucky few who have it, make sure to check out to make sure it definitely is going to be yours, okay?
Even using your printables that we've got on the show, imagine printing off these lovely snowflakes and making your own acetate papers to go over the top of everything. We adore this. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We've had an incredible show. We're back at 1. So don't go anywhere. We've obviously got another show now with our lovely
Mel. With Scan and Cut.
So she's bringing you extras of the Scan and Cut that she told you this morning that she would be finishing off. So at 1 o'clock, we are bringing back more Tattered Lace.
Indeed we are.
So stay with us for our day of Tattered Lace. We love having your company and joining us. And a little bit of another plug. Don't forget, tomorrow, David's launching our Cadence Club as well, which is super exciting. And if you miss any of our shows, don't forget, you can actually go back and watch them there again, whether they be on Facebook, Instagram, and of course, YouTube and our website. So thank you, everybody, for joining us, and we'll see you all again really soon. You all take care. See you later.
Take care. Bye.
Check out your baskets.